Hi guy, what's up? It's Michele Arbolato. For today, I'm your sommelier and I will help you to pair wine and food. So, how to pair wine with food? Today is the topic. So, we will dive to in how to pair the wine with food in an easy way. So here to help you, I really wanted to do this video to give you some easy tools to understand basically the concept that is behind. And so we're gonna start immediately. So I'm Michele Arbolato. I'm an Italian sommelier based in London. That I started my career studying the Italian Sommelier Association School, a very prestigious schools, and then I also studied in various international schools. I also worked in London for a long time and in Italy too, where I learned a lot of experience. And I saw the difficulties that my guests and people around me have approaching the wine world and the spirit world. So this channel is made to help you. My aim is to help you in the day to day and have fun as well in discovering this fantastic world. Stay tuned. So, which is the aim of the wine with the food? How to pair wine with food? The main aim is to create a balance in your palate, in your mouth. So, because if you have an element, the food or either the wine that offset the other, you won't perceive both. So one of the other erase the food of the wine. So the aim is to create a harmony in your palate, where none of the two elements, wine or food, offset the other. That is the basic aim behind. Uh, so we need to take in consideration a few tools that I will give you shortly, that are the body of the food and the wine, and also the taste, what is behind, so how we can match the two things. And there are two techniques. One is by contraposition, and the other one is by correspondence or harmony. But let's start. So I prepare now a few infographics and we will dig into it. The first one is the pairing by correspondence and contraposition. And we will start now. So we will go in full screen. Okay, so here we are with wine and food pairing for contraposition and harmony. These are the two main categories. So the first one is the most important probably is the contraposition. So we do have a few examples here of food and wine. So let's dig into it. The first thing that we can always try to pair is the fat food that can be fried food, maybe with a bit of sweet tendency as the shrimps that I put in here. So this usually is not super heavy, it depends. And but the main feature that we need here to basically create the balance in our palate is a wine with acidity, sapidity or savory, and fizziness eventually, even better. So if we have, for instance, a shrimp fried, we can pair easily acidic, very fresh white wine. That could be, for give an example, a Chablis, a Noct, or maybe if you go to Italy, a lovely Friulano, if you know the grape, and so. Or even better, we can go with some sparkling wine, some as champagne, Prosecco, Cava, Franciacorta. All this kind of wine works very well because they have high acidity, they have the bubbles coming from the CO2 that they literally grab the untose things in your palate and they clean it. So you are ready for the next bite. So they are perfect. Then we have a bit of heavier stuff. Here we have some meat, beef. I put a steak, a tomahawk, and maybe a beef stew that they are quite succulent. Succulent means that they are rich in juices. So we need to contrapose something that is tannic, and that has a bit of alcohol, so alcoholicity. So what does it mean? That the alcohol dry the palate, per definition, and the tannin literally grab the juices that are in our mouth. So in this case, for instance, we have a lovely steak, a tomahawk, let's say. We can go with a great Cabernet Sauvignon from Bulgaria, for instance, Italy, or from Napa. Then we have the savory or acidic or bitter food. The main example could be the vegetables in general that can be raw, they can be cooked, steamed. However, they have a bit of bitterness sometimes or acidity, or like for instance pasta with some tomato sauce. Tomato sauce is quite acidic. So we need to contrapose something that cut this acidity and savory and bitterness. So we need something a bit softer, soft and mellow, maybe maybe could be a Chardonnay oaked, or maybe a light red, quite rounded. So then we go, we have to pair for the same side of the food or wine. What does it mean? It means that we have to pair not contraposing, but in concordancy. So sweet things like desserts, we need to pair it with some dessert wines, because if you ever try to eat a dessert with some wine left over from the meal you were having, you will feel that the wine will leave in your palate bitterness or acidity, or you understand that basically it doesn't work properly. Okay, so this is really, really important. So sweet desserts with sweet wines and vice versa. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Another important category is the aromatic or spicy food. For spicy, I mean rich in spices like black pepper, cinnamon, aromatic herbs. Here I put a plate that it could be maybe an Indian food, maybe the curry, the cardamom. So you cannot pair something that it doesn't reach that level. So you need to pair something that is equally aromatic in terms of wine. And in this case, probably one of the best one could be the Gewürztraminer, or maybe some Riesling that are quite rich in aromaticity. Malvasia as well can go well. Just to give you an idea in terms of. So I hope you understood the first important section, and now we will go to the next one. If you are enjoying the content and you see this video as useful for you, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell to do not miss any notification and any new videos, and give the thumbs up if you like the video. This will help to support the channel, and I will really appreciate your support. Thank you. So it is really important now to understand also the body of the food and the wine. The next infographic will explain in details what I mean. Okay, so let's start. Another important part of the wine and food pairings is to consider the body of the food and the wine as well. So here we have some examples. Here we have some food, and here we have bodies that goes beside to the wine and the food. So here we start from the left, where we have some fish in here that is quite light, some sushi as well, so they are quite light. Maybe it's a steamed fish. So we need to pair some light wine. In this case, I will go for a light white wine, for instance Chablis, to give you an example that almost everybody can understand, unoaked. Then we grow a little bit. We have some vegetables, some eggs, maybe fries, some shrimps. So we grow a little bit in terms of body. So we grow a little bit in terms of body as well in the wine. And here a good example could be a Friulano, if you know the grape from Italy, or maybe some Fiano di Avellino, or Sauvignon as well. They go very, very well. Snacks, nipples, some soups. We grow a bit with the body as well. So maybe we can go with a slightly oak white wine. And then we go in the big category of in the middle here. Okay. So here we have, I put a rich fish with a stew, maybe it could be. Here we compare a rosé wine or a bold white wine. That could be a Noki Chardonnay, because here the fish is rich in sauces. Here we have the pasta, all the pastas in general, maybe risotto as well, tomato sauce pasta, or some stew with pasta and vegetables and maybe meat as well. So here we can go very well with rosés or bold white, as I said, or maybe light red, like Pinot Noir. Chicken, then it's probably one of the lightest meat that we have with the turkeys as well. So here we can go either with rosé, we can go with bold white, or we can go with light red, as I mentioned, Pinot Noir, maybe even Gamay, Beaujolais. They work very well. Then here I put a rich pasta, the lasagna that everybody knows, or maybe some ham. Here we need a heavier body, and so I will go with a medium body red, for instance, a Primitivo or a Zinfandel. Barbecue things like vegetables and meat, I will grow a little bit more, so maybe a blend with Merlot and Cabernet, or maybe a Syrah. Lovely Syrah can go very well. Pork and cheese. Here maybe the body grows even further, and I will go with some slightly heavier. As I said, could go even here well the Syrah, but also Chianti, for instance, a Sangiovese base, a Tempranillo from Rioja. And then here we have the big boy, the steak or beef stew with some juices inside, quite intense flavor. So we need a bold and structured red. It could be a Cabernet Sauvignon from Bulgari or Napa, as I mentioned before. Okay, so I hope it is clear, and we'll go to the final section now. Okay, so I hope that so far you understood. Let's do a quick recap. So we need to take in consideration the taste, what we are eating. So we need to contrapose something that is opposite. So for instance, if we have a very acidic food or maybe salty food, we need something to contrapose that is soft, rounded, and it doesn't increase that feeling, basically. And also it is really important for the dessert instead to pair for the same side of the flavor. So we cannot pair dry wines because otherwise in the palate we have a bit of chaos. So we pair sweet with sweet in this case, and also spices, as I mentioned before. Another important thing is the body. If we have a steak, for instance, it's very unlikely that a light white wine could reach that level. So we will feel probably only the steak. So these more or less are the basics, the fundamentals for you to understand. So I want to thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you if you watch it till the end. I hope you understood and you found useful the information. And if you like the video, please give the thumb up. This will help to support the channel. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell to receive all the notifications for future videos. So I hope to see you in the next one. If you have any comments or if you want to interact with me, please leave a comment in the section below. In the description, you can also find the link to my website if you're interested to know more about me and what I do. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.